Hey everyone, I hope you're doing so well. I'm coming to you today with, I guess, installment 2 of my skincare routine. If you have been a long-time subscriber and follower of mine, you'll know that I did my first skincare routine video back in January 2011, and my skin was pretty much flawless, and it's something that I was really proud of. But in January probably this year, January, I don't know if it was hormones or if it was just stress, because I've had a tremendous amount of stress in my life over the past couple of years. I don't know what would have been different this January as opposed to last, because it was probably about the same amount of stress. But I broke out and it was painful. Like it was almost, I don't know if you can see the scar here. The pimples or the acne was actually sitting underneath my skin, and it was taking forever to go away, and it just hurt. It was sore, my face hurt, which is probably, which is the reason why I haven't done as many tutorials since January. It's been something that, although I'm really self-conscious about it, I don't know if it's self-conscious, it's more, it bothered me. I still walked around with no foundation on my face on a daily basis because I didn't want to make it worse. Anyways, since my skin did break out, and it was something that I hadn't been confronted with for probably about 10 to 12 years, I thought what I'd do is keep track of my skin. So I've been taking photos monthly, I think since February or March, I can't remember. I'll be putting photos in here to show you the progression of my skin since then. But what I had to do was, I haven't really been on a strict sort of acne skincare regimen, so I had to figure out something that would work for me. I don't know if my skin is sensitive. I didn't want to use too many harsh products on my skin, like Proactive or Accutane or whatever harsh. I don't know if Proactive is harsh, but I think you get the gist. I'm not used to using those kinds of products on my skin or taking any medicines for acne. So I wanted to avoid that and see how I can manage it on my own. I invested in some more expensive items, and I also invested in some more affordable items or products as time passed, because I wasn't sure what would work for me. And the initial regimen that I started was a little bit more on the expensive end. Now, today's sort of video is going to focus on the products that I use to treat my acne. Some lotions. I'm not going over what I use as eye creams or whatever. I've spoken about that in the previous video. My eye care creams didn't change or haven't changed. So, but my skincare regimen, the lotions that I use on my face or the ones that I don't use at all, completely changed. So let's go forward. When I first started these breakouts, it was really painful, as I mentioned earlier. So what I did was I visited a store, which I actually really love the products from there, but they are a little bit more expensive. I visited the Kiehls, my local Kiehls store, and I purchased products from their acne line. To start with, I didn't know how bad my skin was or was going to get. I didn't expect it to get worse than when it started out, but it eventually started getting worse. So the first thing that I purchased, I didn't change my my face wash or anything at first. The first thing that I got was an ultra facial oil-free lotion for normal to oily skin types, and it was lightweight formula for all-day hydration, and this was from Kiehls. I paid $32 for this, and I don't know if you can see, I purchased this back in January. I've only used this much because it turned out that even this lotion was too much for my skin. Like, it was just getting oily. My skin is so oily now. So I stopped using that. I even kind of stopped using moisturizers altogether, which will probably make a lot of people cringe. One thing that I've personally realized, and I know I've heard other people say, your skin doesn't necessarily always need moisturizer. What I started to do was I started using serums on my skin after washing, and the one that I use is the Kiehls Dermatologist Solutions Clearly Corrective Dark Spot Solution. Now with skin like mine, I get hyperpigmentation, so you can see all of these dark spots. They're not from recent breakouts, they're from months ago, and it's just taking a while for them to heal, but I think the serum is helping. I haven't had to use a serum before, so I don't really know how my skin would be without the serum. I use it once or maybe twice a day as I feel, and it's directly after washing my face, and sometimes that's all I'll use. I won't use any moisturizer. And then I went into a more focused skincare routine. I started out with the Kiehls Blue Herbal Gel Cleanser and the Blue Astringent Herbal Lotion. This is the second bottle. It's just a blue gel soap, face wash, which was great. It got rid of all the makeup on my skin. It's awesome. You kind of feel a tingling sort of minty sensation on your face when you use it. And then the Astringent Lotion is essentially a toner that I'd use on my skin as well. The price that I paid, I think for this, the cleanser was $22, and I don't know how much I spent on the toner. This is my second bottle of the toner, and as you can see, I haven't used a lot. And that is because in between, I thought probably March or April, I decided, you know what, I don't want to be spending this much on cleansers. So I decided to go to the local grocery store and purchase Spectro gel. And this was, I think I spent $12 on this, and this is for blemish prone skin, and it's a cleanser. It's non-irritating. It's good for sensitive skin. It isn't soapy at all, so you'll definitely, and it doesn't really remove eye makeup that well, so you need to use either, like, I'll sometimes use baby oil or a separate eye makeup remover. But this was something that I use even today on a daily basis. I really like it. You get this much. It's huge, 500 milliliters versus half that in this bottle of the Kiehls, and this only cost me, I think it was $12.99. I use one pump. It's fragrance free. Put it on my face, leave it for 30 seconds, and then, you know, gently massage it off, get all the makeup off. So that was that. And I essentially kind of stopped using toners as well, because I didn't know if that was, I don't know if it was stripping oil from my face. Also, this Kiehls Astringent kind of changed the way this new moisturizer works on my face. So at the time that I bought the Spectro Gel Acne Cleanser, I also purchased the Spectro Hydro Care Daily Facial Moisturizer for blemish prone skin, and it's light hydration. This, it also has a little bit of salicylic acid in it. It wasn't that much either, and it's great. I just use one pump on my face when I feel like my skin is extra dry. It doesn't make it too oily. Now my skin is very oily, so even putting nothing makes it really oily, even if I'm just using the serum. When I do clean with the Spectro Gel, I'll clean my face, then put the serum on, and then I'll put the Spectro Hydro Care Lotion on my face. When I do have breakouts as spot treatments, what I will do is I will use the Kiehls Blue Herbal Spot Treatment. And a little goes a long way with this, so it doesn't run out very much. I haven't even gone through one entire tube of this. I don't even know if it's even halfway done. I don't know how much I spent on it either. Okay, and when the big breakouts came out, and when I had very painful acne, which I don't have anymore, but when I did have it, I decided to use, I went back to the local grocery store and found lotions with benzoyl peroxide. One was 2.5% and one was 5%. And what I would do is I'd wash my face, and I'd put the serum on, but I wouldn't put anything else on. And just on the spots where I had the breakouts, depending on how big they were, the 2.5% benzoyl peroxide was by Spectro Acne Care, but I think in the store that I shop, this is the highest amount of benzoyl peroxide they had in this brand. And then when I felt like this wasn't strong enough, I actually used the the Oxy Acne Vanishing treatment, which was a 5% benzoyl peroxide solution. Now, if you're using a lotion like this, don't be too excessive. If you don't know how sensitive your skin is, make sure you do a test patch first. And one other thing that I noticed that bothered me a little bit is because it's benzoyl peroxide, it bleaches your fabrics a little bit. So make sure you're either lying on a towel on your bed at night, or even wearing shirts that don't bleach, or shirts that you don't care about that can be bleached. I only wore these at night. I didn't wear them during the day. It does dry your skin out quite a bit, so in order to remedy that, I'd put during the day just lotion on the dry spots. It may seem counteractive, but it did work for me. Now these are pretty much, so the cleansers and the serum are the things that I use on a daily basis. When I feel like my skin is a little bit dry, I'll use the lotion or moisturizer. When I feel like I have bigger breakouts, I'll use the benzoyl peroxide lotion, but that's not on a daily basis. Now we're going to go on to other routines that weren't on daily basis. I would do a facial mask, and it's called Steep Clean, and it's by Bliss. It helps exfoliate your skin and smooth the skin's surface, and it prevents plugged and prominent pores. This is the product here. I got it at Sephora, and as you can see, it has two pumps, one blue side and one yellow side, and all you have to do is press them together, mix up the product in your hand, and leave it on your face for 15 minutes and gently wash off. It doesn't make your skin feel stiff. It just feels like you have a lotion on your face. And then more often, like this I would probably do, like the mask I don't do that often. I just kind of do it when I feel like I need to specially treat my face. I do exfoliate once or maybe twice a week. If I want something a little bit more abrasive, I use the Epidermal Re-Texturizing Microdermabrasion product by Kiehls. These have very, very fine granules in here. I think there's shells and willow herb in here. So I find that it really does smooth the surface of my skin. I alternate this Kiehls product with a product by Clairins, and I actually really like this product. This is the Gentle Peeling Smooth Away Cream, and I'll just show you what it looks like. And you really don't need much. It's sort of a pearly green lotion. You just kind of rub it onto the surface of your skin, and as you can see, there's no abrasives in it. You let it sit on your face or your skin for about a minute, and then you just wipe it off. And what happens is the product kind of pills, and as it pills while you're wiping it, the dead skin cells come off, and it definitely smooths your skin out. I really like it. I've been using it for close to a year now. I used it before my breakouts as well, and it was something that I really, really enjoy. It really smooths out the skin. I think this product here in Canada is $30. Might be cheaper in the States, I don't know. But it is a great product. Even if you can go to your local cosmetic store and check it out, it may be worth it. They can do a test on your hand to show you how effective it is if that's something that you're interested in. In addition to all of this, well, I've also been noticing that here on my nose and also on my chin, I've been getting a lot of whiteheads. And my pores are getting a little bit more clogged. So in order to kind of prevent that or remedy it, I've been using the Biore Deep Cleansing Pore Strips maybe once every... I don't use it often because I don't want to damage my skin, so I just use it once a month maybe, very rarely. And I really like it because it does smooth the surface of my nose and my chin. Really like that. And then on top of everything else, I drink lots of water. Lots and lots of water as usual. yeah, I know this was kind of a quick run through of what I do and what I use. Some are expensive, but I try to steer away from the more expensive products, especially when it comes to daily care, because it literally is a lot of money running down the drain. So it's a matter of your preference and testing out what's good for you. I just speak more towards what I've gone through, and it's, I don't know, acne is never fun. So, I mean, for those of you that are experiencing new breakouts and you don't have a treatment in place and you're trying to treat yourself, like, you might want to go see a doctor depending on how bad it is. But for me, this actually has ended up working. The surface of my skin, although I've got scars all over my face, and it is really focused, not on my forehead, but I have one right there that just doesn't seem to be going away. But as you can see, I had some breakouts here, but it's mainly been right in this portion of my face. And still people people come up to you, just like how I mentioned, and when I was younger and I had breakouts, they kind of quizzically look at you and ask you what's wrong. But that's how it is in my community. They notice everything when it comes to appearances. Guess it's something that you have to deal with. I guess it's just a matter of just taking care of yourself. And so I thought I'd share some suggestions with you from a person that really hasn't had to deal too much with acne. What I'm also going to do is show you some pictures of the progression of my skin. Some of it, the scars look really bad and red, and just, they were painful, and I'm glad they're gone, and I'm glad my skin's improving. I didn't really go to a doctor to figure out what else could be done or even why it happened. I have a feeling it was stress or hormone. Okay, now I'm going to insert some of the photos here, and I'll make sure that I put the month that they were taken in so you can kind of see the progression. You'll see new breakouts, old breakouts that are turning into scars, but this is hard for me to show you how bad my face was because we're always used to covering it up in these videos, so at least I'm putting it out there so you can see. Like I said, it's not as horrible or as bad as it can get, but for me, I guess it's all perspective, right? So for me, it was pretty bad. But let me insert the photos right now. Okay, so I hope you can see the progression that my acne took, and you can now see where it's at. I hope this video has helped. I know I went through a quick rundown of the products that I've been using. What I'll do is I'll put a list of them in the description box below the video. If you have any other questions, just let me know. I'm not an expert in this field. I can only speak to what my experience was with this over the past 8-9 months. And yeah, that's it. What can you do? It happened, and stress happens. And I think one thing that I learned out of all of this is that I just let my stress get me down a lot. It's just been tough. Everyone goes through difficulties in their life, and your body just reacts. And I guess that's one thing that I've learned out of all of this. And on top of getting my acne taken care of, I'm really working on getting my mind in a place where I can minimize my stress. The stress is always going to be there, but I need to figure out a way to deal with my stress better. We all go through crap in life, and it's the journey that makes you better, I guess. It's so weird that this acne video turned into this. I guess just take this as a video journal from me. Sometimes life sucks, but overall it's pretty good. Anyways, please stay tuned for plenty more. I have a tutorial and my giveaway announcement. Still haven't decided on the date for the announcement, but remember there are 2 winners, one from my Facebook page, one from the YouTube page. You don't have to be following on both, just one. That's all you got to do. I'll link to the giveaway video below so you can know more details as well. With that said, please stay tuned for plenty more. Thank you so much for your support, guys. I love it. And I love all of you. You are awesome, and you have always been awesome to me. Thank you so much, and have a great day.